Hey, welcome to Talking Timepieces with Tony. It's Friday. Yay. And today is the Q&A. So for those of you who don't know what the Q&A is, it's basically every Friday we do the Q&A. You just ask your question in the comment section below, and then I answer the question. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing that for a long time. So if you guys are interested in having your question answered, all you got to do is just type it in the comments below, and we'll get on it. So I appreciate everyone who likes, subscribes, everyone who's so the new subscribers, and everyone. I do really appreciate it. Today I am wearing my Zenith Pilot, my daily favorite, just what it is. So let's roll the intro today, and then we'll get into it. Talking Timepieces with Tony, now rolling.
You're talking timepieces with Tony. You're talking timepieces with Tony.
Alrighty, so the first question comes from Lucho-2310. Tony, can you share your opinion on the 126610 LV? I truly love it. Yeah, the Starbucks, Submariner, Rolex. It's an awesome watch. I tend to, I mean, I had the 124060, so you're looking at a maxi case. It's a little bit bigger, 41 millimeter as opposed to 40 millimeter. You guys know I have the 14060M, which is a 40 millimeter, which is more comfortable for me because I have a 6.5 inch wrist, and it works for a 6.5 inch wrist, fine. But I just happen to prefer the 40 millimeter. But yeah, it's a great watch. You're looking at 70 hours power reserve, and just overall, it's a great watch. So enjoy it. I know you just got it, so congratulations. Next question, Nicola 8889. Hey Tony, good vid. Just wondering, what are your thoughts on Bulgari, like the Diagonal and or the Octo? Thanks. And first and foremost, I have a couple of questions where sometimes people chime in and they'll just put their answer in there. They'll answer the question for me, which is fine. I like the fact that the viewers, interact with each other. I think it's really cool. But when it's not even related to the question, then it's kind of weird. So this guy, Mr. 08667, answers, not much, depreciate massively, buy pre-owned. That wasn't the question, dude. Okay, the question is, what are your thoughts on the Bulgari Diagonal and the Octo? That's the question, not what they're worth on the secondary or not holding value. Even if that's the case, that wasn't the question. So yeah, I do like the Octo. I don't like the Diagonal. I don't know much about, I don't know anything about that watch, honestly. I don't know too much about Bulgari watches apart from the Octo Finissimo. They've got a whole ton of variations, and I do like them. They're extremely thin. There's a lot of history with that particular watch as well. And Bulgari, there's just a lot going on with it. And I do think that, yeah, obviously they don't hold their value, but so what? You don't buy them for that reason, do you? Buy the watch because you like it and you love it. All right. Again, the Diagonal, not so much about it. Don't really like the look of it or the aesthetic of it. But the Octo, yeah. I think it's a great watch. So thanks for your question, man. Appreciate it. Jim Watson, 6363. Great Q&As. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. What do you think of Hamilton watches? I was looking at the Hamilton Khaki Field watch and didn't know much about it. Is the quality there? What are your thoughts? Awesome question, man. And here's the other comment that came from the same guy, Mr. 08667. Basic watch, okay for the money, but better value with a micro brand. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. You got to be joking, dude. Sorry, man. Let's just get to the Hamilton. Hamiltons are amazing watches. They've got a lot of history, a lot of heritage. 1890, was it 1892? Lancaster, Pennsylvania is where they were founded, then moved over to Switzerland. I love Hamilton watches. They're extremely reliable. They're extremely affordable. And you can't go wrong with a Khaki Field. I've had several of them. Great watches. So with that, I wish you the best. They're great watches. You can't go wrong with a Hamilton. All right. And to this other guy who comments, I don't know what to say to you. Well, I do, but I'm not gonna. Next one comes from Idaho Cartel. Hi, Tony. Oops. Okay. Anyway, jokes aside, I have been drooling over the Tudor FXD GMT since its release. I would like it as an everyday wear tool watch. I live pretty much off grid in Idaho. Also, to fill the void, on the dress side, I have my dad's 36mm 71 to 72 Rolex Gold OP champagne dial on OG leather strap. Awesome. What do you think of the FXD GMT for this? Cheers. Yeah, I like it. Actually, this is the one that I do like. The only thing is it wouldn't work for me because I don't want to wear a 42mm watch. I also don't like the fact that you can't change the strap on it unless you put another NATO on it, because the lugs are, you can't change the strap. You can't take the pins out and put a strap in it. But I do like it. I think aesthetically it looks really cool. I do love the tan colored numerals on it, and the sort of got that vintage type tonality to it. But yeah, it's a great watch. I think as an everyday type tool watch, can't go wrong, man. So if you're gonna pick one up, all the best to you. Next one comes from S. Dempsey, 1984. Are you excited for Watches and Wonders this year? What brands are you expecting good things from? Every year, man. Watches and Wonders, man. If you guys don't know what Watches and Wonders is, it's like the ultimate candy store for watch enthusiasts. It's like going to the biggest mall that you could ever go to, but every single store and buildings within inside that building are just nothing but watch boutiques. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I just hope that this year they do the morning show and the evening show, because they didn't do that last year. The year before they did, where they had a morning show and they would have guests on, whether it be CEOs, presidents of companies, and the same with the evening show. And that's something we missed last year. I don't know why they didn't do it. But yeah, and what brands am I looking forward to? Of course, Rolex. We all want to see what Rolex is going to do. Of course, Cartier as well. Patek Philippe, Vacheron Constantin, all of it. You know what I mean? Breguet, if Breguet are there. Sorry, man. And then Zenith. Zenith tend to also release during the year. They don't just always wait for Watches and Wonders. But I do hope Zenith come out with some breathtaking pieces, so to speak, and not so much those big bulky dive watches that they've been coming out with, the Extreme divers, which are really nice watches. They're a little bit big and bulky for me, but I'm hoping they'll come out with some other pilot watches, that or different color variations on it, but we'll see. Thanks for your question, man. Next one from Aaron Oldacre -D4I. What was or is your favorite vacation destination? Any trips planned in the near future? Cheers, Tony. Happy Friday. I don't know. I don't have a favorite vacation destination because I've never gone on vacation. I've been to a lot of parts of the world and I've traveled to many, many different places, but it was mostly for work when I was touring as a musician. So I tended to not really be able to spend a certain amount of time. You're not in one spot for any length of time. I mean, the only real vacation I think I have, I went to Nashville last year. That was sort of a working vacation. That was fun. I've been to the Grand Cayman Islands. I went on vacation in 1995 in January, and that was an awesome place too. There's plenty of places I would probably want to go for a vacation. I mean, Hawaii, I spent a month in Hawaii, but it, again, wasn't so much a vacation, but beautiful place, man. So wherever you decide to go, appreciate it. Appreciate your question, and good luck. Next one comes from UMQ5147. Stop it. Sorry, I'm not telling you to stop it. It's Uku is hissing at Paco because Paco's harassing Uku. What would this channel be without them, right? This is UMQ5147. This is kind of a smart-ass kind of question. You would choose a sub versus a Kermit. Why? That's how I took it. Kind of like, because I said something in one of my other videos that I would choose a Submariner. I was going to do a separate video on this, but because it's my choice, that's what I prefer. It's a pretty simple answer, and if what else do you want me to say? I prefer the Kermit. No, I prefer a regular Submariner. It's the first iteration. It's the classic of all classics of dive watches. Don't get me wrong, I like the Kermit too, but I prefer the regular sub. Pretty simple. All right. Sorry, I was gonna. And then next one comes from PETEA 747. Hey Tony, love the show. I'm new to your videos. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. What's your take on Grand Seiko, primarily the spring drive movement, aka snowflake model? I'm torn between 3 daily watches to purchase and wear. The Grand Seiko's SBG A211 Snowflake, IWC Mark 20 white dial, Tudor 41 monochrome. As far as Grand Seiko, I'm not a huge fan. I've probably stated that before. They make great, reliable watches. Their bracelets kind of suck for that price point that you're spending on them, and they haven't done any work on their bracelets. But Seiko in general are just known for having kind of shitty bracelets. The Snowflake's a beautiful watch. Don't get me wrong. But if I would pick up an IWC Mark 20 any day over the Grand Seiko. But that's your choice. The Tudor 41 monochrome, and yeah, I mean, not the same, a great watch. But if that's what you were going to go with, I would go with either the Tudor 41 monochrome or the IWC Mark 20. So thanks, man. Appreciate your question. Hey, Tony, thoughts on AP Millinery and AP Jewels? Thanks. AP, another brand I'm not a huge fan of, although, the Royal Oak has kind of grown on me a little bit just because my rep over at Bindi has a Royal Oak, and I've tried it on. Actually, it wears well. It looks cool. It's a nice watch. The Millinery is, it's an odd shape. It's oval. It looks cool. I mean, it's a nice looking watch, but for the price point, I would pick up a Breguet any day over that. And probably anything else within that price point, I would get something else. But it's nice. As far as the jewels go, I mean, that's more along the lines of what I would take, because I love classic, classy dress watches. And yeah, it is a nice looking watch. It's a beautiful watch. And if I were to buy an AP other than the Royal Oak, I'd probably pick up jewels. And it depends on the variation, if whatever complications that it has. So yeah, thanks for your question, man. Appreciate it. This comes from Wes Braddock 553. Hi, Tony. Hey, not trying to be nosy, but I'm curious if you'd share for the Q&A how you and Jamie started dating. It didn't seem like you really knew her when you did the original STP video, so wondering how things progressed from there. Also, the intro is great, and I enjoy when you play it in your vids. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. There's some things better left not talked about, but this is not a big deal. It's like how we met. I guess when it really comes down to it, it was kind of a little bit odd, not odd, but it's like more like with circle of friends as well. It was like I was trying to help someone out. I'm still trying to help her out. But it had to do with, again, with trying to help her situation. And just turns out that she called me one night and we talked on the phone for a long time, and then we met for coffee, and then we had coffee, and then we had dinner, and then things progressed from there. So it's pretty just basic, pretty simple. And that's where we're at, so I appreciate you asking. All right. And so on that note, you guys, I really appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe, share. I don't know. Follow me on Instagram if you want to. We'll see you on the next one.